So here's a change of pace. Normally here on Famicom Friday, we're talking about strange games that never made it to the States. Well, today, we're talking about a game you can go out and probably find at your local used games concern right bleeding now. It's Gyruss by Konami on the Famicom Disk System, not to be confused for Gyruss by Ultra Games on the Nintendo Entertainment System, not to be confused further for the best thing to happen to Tempest since Tempest. That's a tough game to improve on. I'm sure Mark in Fresh Meadows, New York agrees with me, else he wouldn't have sent the bloody disc. There's chaos in the solar system and you're all the way outside of Neptune's orbit. Man, talk about the wrong place at the wrong time. So you've got to get back to where the action is, despite the massive enemy craft directly in your path. And when I say in your path, I mean inside this strange cylinder you happen to find yourself at the near lip of. Like Tempest, your enemies will come from the far distance toward you, though usually at a more reasonable pace and a significantly better perspective than we witnessed with Falchion. Occasionally, though, your foes will actually emerge from behind you and loop the near sides of the cylinder for a while before settling down in the middle distance, where you can blow them up at your leisure, but for significantly fewer points. Complete a few waves of enemies and you'll make your next warp, putting you that much closer to the next planet and, of course, the next boss. Yeah, that thing is a jerk. But for as jerky as that thing is, the mechanics of the game itself are incredibly sound. Your only real sticking point is getting used to one or the other sets of controls, depending on whether you prefer left and right to always move you clockwise and counterclockwise respectively, when you're at the top of the screen and it makes your controls seem all backward. If not, you can go for a more context-sensitive control scheme, which requires you to roll your fingers around the D-pad more smoothly. I suppose the optimal answer is just to wire an Arkanoid-style paddle to the Famicom, but short of doing that, you'll have to pick from the above. Aside from that, you just keep shooting, and occasionally firing bombs. It's a shmup after all. Those alien craft aren't going to make themselves blow up in the cold, dead emptiness of space. At least the sprites look nice, and they scale well. So what differentiates this Famicom Disk System version from the NES version? Well, not a whole lot. But, like everything from The Legend of Zelda to Kid Icarus to the distorted version of Doki Doki Panic we got called Mario 2, the primary difference is in the sound. Since the FDS has an extra channel, the elusive RP2C33, these games have a depth to them that the NES just couldn't keep up with. Well, most of the time. If you've ever heard the FDS version of Kid Icarus, you'll understand that, quite often, this extra channel was just used to make enemies make really weird noises when attacked. In Gyruss, though, it allows for a slightly richer soundtrack, which becomes especially noticeable during boss battles. Oh, and as is par for these Konami FDS titles, a sweet perfect bound manual. But you probably already knew that. That used copy of Gyruss I recommended you obtain, that isn't gonna have this. Just saying.